And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. And if you are a fanboy of LeBron James, if you are a fan of shortcuts, if you are a fan of super teams and excuses and flopping, we hope your day is going absolutely terrible. Your day should be going terrible if you are fans of LeBron James. And on that note, you see the title of the video. So apparently, it's a good chance that Bronny James will play in the season opener. Now, we know time has been flying by. It seems like, it was just a couple of weeks ago where we found out the news of J.J. Redick being hired and Bronny being drafted, and me saying, hey, I personally can't wait for next season. This is going to be the greatest thing in the most ridiculous way that the NBA has seen. It's not because of basketball. It's going to be great because this will just be a utter clown show taking place. And here we are. Seems just a few weeks out from the season beginning. We keep hearing about one of the things that's so bothersome about the whole Bronny situation is we keep hearing about this making history. It really seems like this making history thing is the driving force behind, drafting Bronny James. Is the number one excuse for drafting Bronny James. Is everyone talking about LeBron James and how long he's played and he deserves for this to happen. And he's like, yeah, this is history in the making. Well, what also would be history in the making if you got a dog to play for the Lakers. I mean, that would make history too. I mean, what else would be history is just let LeBron James' whole family play for the Lakers. Go ahead and put Bryce and Savannah out there in the jersey. That would be history as well. But, obviously, as ridiculous as this seems, it's not so ridiculous because the NBA has completely shifted away from competition. And no matter how you look at it, to me, this is just another latch, another page in LeBron's book of how he has helped to destroy the competitiveness of the NBA, by being coddled by Adam Silver, by being coddled by Jeannie Buss. If I'm being honest, this is my opinion. I think there has to be something more with LeBron James and Jeannie Buss, because this just doesn't make sense of what she's allowed to happen to this Lakers franchise. But at any rate, like I said, Zach Lowe was on the Bill Simmons podcast, and apparently he thinks that it is highly likely that Bronny will start in the Lakers opening game. So let's check out this article right quick. This is from Yahoo Sports, and it says, Zach Lowe predicts Bronny James will play with LeBron in Lakers season opener. With the start of training camp approaching on October 1st, Bronny James is set to take the court for the first time with the Los Angeles Lakers and make his long-awaited debut in the NBA. Of course, the early season storyline most basketball fans will be monitoring is when James will play for the first time with his father, LeBron James. They are set to become the first father-son duo to play together in the NBA, which will be quite a scene for their family. However, it is unclear how new coach J.J. Redick will utilize Bronny to begin the year, so it isn't known when that moment could happen. But ESPN senior NBA writer Zach Lowe predicted on the Bill Simmons podcast that history will be made in the season opener on October 22nd. He says he is 100% playing in the opening game so that they can have a moment together, right? This is going to happen, so they pass to each other or whatever it ends up being. Bronny was the 55th pick in the NBA draft after averaging 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists on 36% shooting from the field. Last season as a freshman at USC, he scored in double figures 3 times, including a season-high 15 points and 3 assists on December 30th. The 19-year-old debuted with the Lakers Summer League, averaging 7 points, 3.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1 steal on 32.7 shooting from the field in 6 appearances between San Francisco and Las Vegas. He turned in his best game on July 18th with 13 points and 5 rebounds. And it says, though Bronny is expected to spend much of his rookie campaign with the South Bay Lakers, it seems likely he'll log some minutes with his father before the G League season begins on November 8th. We're going to keep this short. So, again, they keep talking about making history. But my question is this. What is the meaning of this? Again, I think people keep forgetting that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know, people keep forgetting that the prize is only as great as the journey. You know, the prize is only as great as the journey. You know, what made Michael Jordan's legacy so phenomenal, so untouchable, is the path that he had to take. You know, it's taking the beatings from the Celtics and the Detroit Pistons and coming back year after year a little stronger until he, you know, was able to overcome. You know, that's what makes the prize. So in this situation, they keep on talking about history in the making. But again, the question is, what does it really mean if Bronny James didn't earn the spot? What does it really mean if Bronny James didn't earn the spot? If he earned the spot, then yes, history in the making, that becomes something significant. But if it was simply given to him to make history, well, that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, think about it like this. To me, it would be kind of the equivalent of someone becoming the richest person in the world because they earned it, or someone becoming the richest person in the world because the world got together and decided, hey, we want to make this guy the richest person in the world to break history. So let's all give him our money. You know, let the millionaires and billionaires get together and we're just going to all give him enough money to make him the richest man in the world simply for the sake of making history. Again, this doesn't make sense. So, you know, while everybody is buying into this, and especially a lot of you fanboys, you know, a lot of you fanboys, you guys have really just took the bait on everything about LeBron James. You know, you took the bait on this, oh, he had more pressure than anybody. You took the bait on, oh, you know, all his competition was harder than everybody. You took the bait on, oh, somehow the 2020 Disney bubble ring was the hardest championship ever. You know, you took the bait on everything that they sell you about LeBron James, and you've taken the bait on this as well about them talking about its history in the making. Again, what does it mean if it was simply handed? If the scenario was simply created for the sake of making history? It has no meaning at all. You know, And you really have to wonder, like, where is the NBA really headed with all of this? Like, where is the NBA headed with all of this foolishness? Like, to me, this upcoming season, it may be another definitive moment in the NBA to where we see things get much worse before it gets better. I mean, to me, this is setting a horrible precedence for the NBA. Again, this is allowed by Adam Silver. This is Adam Silver is complicit. This is Adam Silver is very much a part of making this happen. And yeah, like I said, what is the NBA headed to? This feels like a moment where things can only get worse before they get better. You know, once it gets, especially, you know, as long as LeBron James is in the league, you know, at this point, it feels like you're just making a mockery out of the league. As long as LeBron James is in the league, it just feels like, you know, what's next? But even after he leaves, you know, if he leaves in the next 2 to 3 years, hopefully he leaves after this next season. But if he leaves in the next 2 to 3 years, it's like, even after that, because you have now set this new precedence to where, you know, it's completely not about the integrity of the game at all, or I should say about less integrity than it has been before, because LeBron James has not played the game with integrity for the longest. This Michael Jordan said, "Be true to the game, and the game will be true to you." But even before Michael Jordan said that was a saying. You know, you would hear that in hip hop. You know, especially, you know, just off the top of my head, some artists in the late 80s, I would say, late 80s, early 90s, you would hear artists say, "Be true to the game, and the game will be true to you." But Michael Jordan said this in reference to basketball. And this is why I believe Michael Jordan is so at peace with what he's done, because he knows he played the game the correct way. He knows he didn't take shortcuts. So he can be satisfied with not only himself as far as what he feels he's done in basketball, but he can be satisfied with people's opinion of him. Again, this is why when you see so much slander happening from the Gilbert Arenases and the Nick Wrights and Colin Cowherd and Shannon Sharp and really anybody, because to me, I'm gonna say this: anybody who says LeBron James is the default at least second best player, to me, that's an insult to the game as well. You know, you are insulting the game by basically saying that this guy who has done all these deplorable things within the NBA is the second best player to ever play the game. But yeah, back to Michael Jordan. Like he is satisfied because he knows in his heart he has done everything the correct way. He knows he put in the work to deliver the best performances, not only for himself as a competitor, but for the fans who pay their money to see him play, for the fans who are fans of the Chicago Bulls, and you know he feels like he's delivering for the fans who want to see their team win. He's delivering for the fans who simply want to be entertained. He has done everything possible to deliver everything to the game. And I remember saying Mark Jackson on Club Shay Shay, and he said Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are the only two players that I believe would literally give everything on the court to win. And he said, when I say everything, I mean they would be willing to drop dead on the court if that's what it meant. And this is what, you know, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant gave to the game. And I think this is why there's a sense of satisfaction, but even more so with Michael Jordan, a sense of satisfaction with what they did. But LeBron James, again, the constant interference from Clutch Sports to try to control the narrative. LeBron James begging for his respect. LeBron James having to figure out a way to call himself the GOAT in multiple scenarios. The latest one being on, his podcast where he tried to jokingly say it. Oh, well, my son can't call me dad on the court, but he can call me 2-3 or call me this or GOAT if he wants to. I mean, and laugh it off. It's like it was nothing funny about that, LeBron James. The only person who found that funny was you and your fanboys in the 4 and 6 Kingdom. So yeah, LeBron James does all these things because he is not satisfied. When you know in your heart you haven't done right by the game, this is the result of that. Is you don't have that peace with how the chips fall. You don't have that peace within yourself with how the chips fall. So yeah, again, we're coming up on this season. Everybody stay tuned. Everybody, get your popcorn because, like I said, to me, this season may be the beginning of the NBA getting even worse. Just in terms of it's really going to bring the level of competitiveness down. It's like things like this bring the level of competitiveness down. Because it starts making it more about the show than about actually delivering, about actually having to prove something. Again, they keep talking about making history, but what does it mean when you are simply doing things to deliberately make histories, supposedly? But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about the likelihood of Bronny James starting in the season opener on October 22nd? Are you guys excited? Will you guys even watch the game? Lakers fans, we give you our condolences. I say that on lots of videos. I feel bad for the true diehard Laker fans, especially the older Laker fans, who maybe saw Kareem play and Magic play and Shaq and Kobe play, and now your franchise is literally being burned to the ground year after year by the vampire blood-sucking, leaving teams in shambles dear. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.